To Americans struggling with weight loss, anti-obesity drugs seem like the best thing since sliced bread. But to snack companies who see consumers steering clear of sugar and sweets, the future is starting to look a little more stale. At least that's what our next guest thinks. She has 4 packaged food names she's keeping an eye on amid the weight loss craze. Joining us now is Pam Kaufman, equity research analyst at Morgan Stanley. Pam, it's great to see you. And whenever we reach the point that people start rolling their eyes about the hot new thing, whether it's ChatGPT or the weight loss drugs, it's worth remembering that there's going to be a very real impact here. So we've already come to the point that no one wants to hear any more about it. But you think this impact is going to be very real, don't you?
Yeah, and thanks for having me. So we do see implications for the packaged food industry from the exponential growth in anti-obesity drugs. And there are new data points supporting our view that there's a significant impact on food consumption among the people taking these drugs. There was just a study that came out recently on Mounjaro at a medical conference that showed a dramatic impact on how much people were eating while they were taking the drug. And Mounjaro, for those who don't know, is Eli Lilly's type 2 diabetes drug, but our pharma analysts expect an approval for obesity treatment by the end of this year.
Right. So let's run through some of the companies. Maybe you can lead us from who you think is most exposed to least.
Sure. So in our view, the companies that are most affected by these drugs are companies with high exposure to snacking. Our work and the study shows that there's a significant mix shift in people's behavior when they're taking obesity drugs. And we see this as having negative implications for companies with high exposure to snacking like Hershey, Mondelez, Campbell's, Kellanova. The work shows that there's a significant reduction in cravings for food overall, but a more significant reduction in cravings for sweets and also fast food fats. So we see the snacking companies as not positioned to benefit from this shift.
What about the granddaddies of them, Pepsi and Frito-Lay and Coke?
So I cover the packaged food companies. I don't cover the beverage companies. But over time, companies will adapt. And Coke actually made comments on their earnings call yesterday that they're already well positioned to benefit from a shift to less calorie consumption.
I mean, this was amazing to me. Mounjaro patients experienced a 71% reduction in calorie intake at lunch once they began taking this medicine.
Wow.
Yeah, the impact is very striking. So, like you said, a 70% reduction in calories consumed at lunch. People lost 7% of their body weight, or 15 pounds, within 6 weeks. And that's happening because they're eating much fewer calories and also eating fewer sweets and fast foods. So we think that this will impact purchases for packaged food and also how much people order at restaurants.
Let me ask you a tough question. Are these drugs rich people's drugs? Because they are high priced. And if you don't have good insurance, and insurance may not cover it, if you can't pay write big checks, I don't know how you get it.
There is a perception that these drugs are being taken by wealthy people, but actually, according to Novo Nordisk, about 45 million commercial lives are currently covered for obesity treatment in the U.S. for Wegovy. And the average copay is about $25 out of pocket for people on the drugs. There's also, as more medical studies come out supporting the health benefits of these drugs, like the SELECT study, like the recent positive chronic kidney disease study, there are prospects for broader insurance coverage. And also potential for Medicare to start reimbursing the drugs.
Interesting. Pam, thank you very much. And I didn't mean to catch you off guard with that question, but you had the answer.
Yes.
Thank you.